Hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're maybe having some time off, a little bit of vacation maybe. I am going to be dyeing some yarn today. Surprise, surprise. Surprising to no one, of course. And if you'd like to join me, this is what we're doing. I'm going to be dyeing on some DK weight cotton today, and I'll be using the Drops Paris yarn. I've got made 4 skeins, so those are 50-gram balls that I just tie together 2 and 2 and make 100-gram skeins of them. So we're going to dye 4 100-gram skeins. And I'm in the mood for something a little bit summery today. So I'm thinking something, I don't know, light blue, bluish, maybe a little pink, something like that. But first of all, as always, we need to soak the yarn. Let's get started. I've got my large soaking tub, which is just, generic plastic tub, nothing special. I've got 4 skeins of cotton yarn. I have got my zip ties, my reusable ones, highly recommend. We will be using soda ash to fixate the color to the yarn since we're working with cotton. And I got my measuring spoon, and I got 2 measuring cups holding 2 liters each of lukewarm water, so 4 liters in total. And the reason I'm using lukewarm water instead of cold water is because it's the soda ash dissolves easier in lukewarm water. And I got a pair of gloves because I got sensitive hands and I don't want to put them through stuff if I don't have to. All right. So what we need is 60 milliliters of soda ash per liter of water, and we got 4 liters of water. The measuring spoon holds about 60 milliliters, so I'm going to need 4 of that. Oh, sorry, did not mean to kick you. There we go. And I'm just going to add that. There's 2 and 3 and 4. There we go. And I'm going to add the water. Like so. And I'm going to go grab a spoon as well. I'll be right back. All right, large spoon acquired. Just stirring a little bit in the tub. And we're going to add the zip ties to our yarn. Like so. There's one. And number 2. Number 3. And number 4. There we go. I'm just gathering them by the zip ties. Like so. I just stir a little bit more. The soda ash will dissolve on its own. You don't have to wait for it to happen. It will do that in a minute. And I'm just putting the yarn in. And I'm pushing it down to make sure it gets completely soaked. You want all of it to be wet and in our soda ash and water mix so that the fibers open up and we'll be able to grab the dye and hold on to it after the dyeing is done. I'm just squeezing it down to make sure everything gets properly soaked. All right, something like that. And I'm going to let it sit now for at least half an hour, but probably an hour, maybe 2 even. And then we'll get to the dyeing part, which is the fun part. Let's dye a little bit. Dye some yarn anyway. Okay, so I have set up what I need right now. I got my soaked yarn here. You can see a corner of the pan that I will be dyeing in. I've got my 2 measuring cups here with about 400 milliliters of cold water in each. I will be mixing the dyes, 1 in each of these, and then I will fill them up with water up till 2 liters when they're full. I've got an old yogurt container with some clear water in. Got my spoon that I can poke the yarn with. My handy dandy little whisker. The most important thing, or one of the most important things, face mask, protect your airways because it's a very fine powder in these yarns. Got some gloves and a couple of teaspoons to grab the dye. Now, I always say this, but make sure you don't use any tools that you use in your kitchen. You have to have separate tools for your yarn dyeing. So, what are we going to dye? We are using Dharma fiber, the reactive dye, in the color powder pink. And same brand, the color Robin's Egg Blue. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm just going to squeeze out, excuse me, squeeze out some of the water of the skeins and move them over to the dyeing pan. And then we are going to start mixing the dyes. So I'm going to transfer the yarn and I'll be right back. There we go. The skeins have been transferred to the dyeing pan, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to twist them just slightly, like so. I just grab each end and twist them opposite ways, and that's just to ensure that I get color all around the skein. I probably will anyway because I am going to mix it into the water, but let's do this anyway, why not? Okay, something like that. All right, next step, we are mixing the dyes. And of course, first of all, put on your mask. Just move these to the front. Okay, let's start with the pink one. That's what it looks like. And I'm grabbing just a tiny bit first. I will seem to remember that this dye is quite powerful. I think you can see that already. I'm just gonna use my mixer. Dilutes very nicely. I'm just going to rinse that. Sorry, it's a bit loud. And we're filling up with cold water. Again, apologies if it's very loud on the microphone. There we go. The pink one. And then the robin's egg blue. That's what that looks like. Can you see this? Let me switch these around so you can see them a little better. And we're going to grab about the same amount of this color. This is also a very powerful color. But this one I will remember turns out quite a lot lighter when actually dyeing with it. We shall see if memory serves me correct. There we go. And I'm adding in more water. There we go. Ooh, that's heavy. Got the blue and the pink. And now for the fun part. Now, since this is cotton, I don't need to heat set it at all. I just need to add the dye to the pan and let it sit. So I'm just going to do some can hardly see this color right now. It's so light. Maybe it will disappear with the blue, we shall see. Let's see what the blue one does. Okay, that one shows up a little better on the yarn. Maybe we add a little bit more of the pink one to the mix. I'm going to add, there we go, another half a teaspoon in the water. Making it a little darker. And we'll see what happens. Okay, let's pour a bit of that. Oh yeah. Color is showing up a bit more now. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the blue is turning more like a light green. Like a, I guess it's a robin's egg blue, but it looks more almost minty green to me. I'm trying to pour the pink on the spots where I haven't had any other of the blue. This is looking very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'm going to pour in all of the pink, but I may hold off on adding the rest of the blue since I've already got quite a lot of water in the pan right now. Maybe. Well, maybe we'll add a little bit more. Very interesting. Very interesting colorway. We shall see what happens. This is rather late now, so I'm going to leave this overnight to just soak up all the dye. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. If it's all a muddled something, or if it stays like this with different sections. We shall see. We shall see. All right, you guys. Let's rinse this. And I gotta say, I don't know about this one. I keep forgetting that Robin's Egg Blue isn't actually blue. It tends to turn out more of a minty green. Doesn't look bad. It's not what I had envisioned from the beginning. Doesn't look bad. But we'll see what happens when we rinse it and dry it. So I have put cold water and a splash of soak in my rinsing tub. This is my favorite. You don't need to use that. Use dish soap, shampoo, whatever you got. I do have the smaller bottles of this in the web shop in case you do want to try that. But like I said, you don't have to. And yeah, let's just see what we got here. Okay, we still got a lot of natural color underneath. I'm just going to squeeze out the water. It kind of reminds me of that ice cream. I don't know if you have it in other countries. Here we have it's like a big tub with pear, strawberry and vanilla in 3 sections, so it's like 3 different colors. It's the vanilla white one, pink strawberry one, and the green pear one. We shall see. This one might surprise me in the end. We'll find out. All right, let's set that aside. Sorry. I'm just going to use my small soaking tub to put the skeins in. I'm just going to dunk it. Well, maybe not too bad after all. You only need to rinse once when you use soap, but I will be doing it twice. But yeah, this could be something. You probably know that I'm more of a vibrant color type of person, but this could be good actually. This could be really good. I would call this maybe a happy accident, a little Bob Ross moment here. Worst case scenario, I could always re-dye it, put something else on top of it if I don't like it after it's dried. But you should always let it dry first, unless you're really unhappy with the result, of course. But if you're not sure, let it dry first, because that makes a huge difference for how the appearance of the color. I'm not mad about this. The more I look at it, the more I feel that, yeah, you know what, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to rinse it once more and we'll hang it out to dry, and then we'll see what we got once it's dried. Full confession, guys. I have had the hardest time deciding what or how I feel about this one. It was hanging on the rack drying, I don't know, several days actually, and I was looking at it and I wasn't sure, do I like this? Do I not? Do I re-dye it? But as it happened, as time went on, I just kind of fell in love with it. So mean, look at that. That's actually very pretty. I think that's mostly that it's just not in my regular wheelhouse. I do tend to gravitate to the very hefty colors. Well, I'm losing a bit of light here. I hope you can see anyway. But I'm really liking this. There's the pink, that's the minty green, but there is also some robin's egg blue in there. So yeah, this was for sure a happy accident. It's, I love it. I love it. It's really, really pretty. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to remake this, but I've got these, and I am for sure going to make a summer top. I'm all about the summer tops right now, so I'm going to make a summer top out of this one. Oh my lord, I can't speak today. Look at that. Gorgeous. So yeah, happy accident it is. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you're not subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you come along on this crazy YouTube journey that I'm on, apparently. Yeah, like and subscribe. That's what the kids say, right? And that's all for this week. I'll see you next time. Bye.
You got me feeling good, right about your side.